There's a reason I talk about so many relevant topics on this channel, and my point is to really get it through to you. If you are not awake at this time, if you are not in tune with yourself, if you don't have a sense of direction or understanding as to where things are heading, the world is going to hit you fast. And unless you're equipped with the right tools and the right resources to deal with this next chapter, it's not going to be pleasant. Very rarely will people bounce back from this. And just as we've been through many situations from the pandemic and moving onwards, things may have appeared to have kind of recovered and rebounded, but I'm going to tell you right now, nothing has improved. So we've got a problem here, right? We've got an economy, especially within the Western world, that does not cater towards anybody below the middle class. It hardly caters towards the middle class. If you look at all the middle class neighborhoods in California, for instance, even in North America in general, everybody's moving out of the major cities. They're moving to more affordable places of living. They're traveling the world. They're looking for new opportunities. It's just not it, right? When you go to the grocery stores, what do you notice about the foods? Most of them are expired. Prices have gone up. It's not as fresh as it used to be. What do you notice about the portions when you go out to eat your food as well? It's not as, the quantity is not as great. The quality could improve. And lastly, what do you notice about the job market? Minimal jobs, tough to find jobs. Even people who have graduated college, for some reason, are not able to find relevant work of any sort. This is a problem we're facing, and I'm going to tell you where the problem starts. The problem starts with our over dependence on AI. I hope you know what I mean when I say that. But this new generation is lost. And this is where I have to put things into perspective, because all of you going on those AI apps, using AI to write your essays, AI to do your homework, that same AI is stealing your jobs, stealing your hope, stealing your future. And you got to learn how to start using your own head. Otherwise, you're going to turn into an AI bot. Right? You got so many people in this system that are programmed, right? They think they know it all, and they oppose anybody who tries to change. This is where I have a problem, because you don't know the depths and the nature of what it's like to be poor, what it's like to have everything and then lose it. Very few people can bounce back from that, and it's those people you don't mess with. But we've got a problem, like I said, the economy as we speak is awful. Students can't afford their debts. We can barely afford benefits, as you have learned from the administration in the US, even in Canada, they're being taken away. There was a benefit for the pandemic. I think it lasted about a year or two, I could be wrong. The devastating impact that has been experienced as a result of that has certainly required more than financial relief. At some point, I thought they were going to start creating food banks and start handing out, just canned food at the minimum. $2.99 for a can of tomatoes or potatoes. But this is the problem with our society. We're so caught up in social media, right? We believe anything we see on the news. Everybody wants to be posed on social media. Everybody wants to be famous. And we don't have what it takes to truly address what's going to hit us next. And like I told you, if you don't have a general awareness of yourself and what you want to do in the future and how you're going to solve problems and even potential failure as it comes your way, you're not going to make it past this next chapter. Your friends at the top, the rich people you look up to, all those celebrities, they're milking you of their cash. Every time you view their social media page, who's benefiting? Not you, them. And you want to be just like them. You're trying to be social media famous. But you don't know the depths and the consequences of exposing yourself out there to the public world. And I'm just going to put it as simple as this. The grass is not greener on the other side. And I think I've said that before. You got to take it from somebody who's been on social media, who's branched out of my comfort zone. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to make a comeback the same way that I thought I would. It had a big impact mentally. Speaking of mental, do you notice also how people are not as sharp focused as they once were? Like when you go out on the streets, you want to walk about your business, but you notice people are out there causing trouble. People are out there lost, taking selfies. Everybody has just completely lost the plot of what it means to run a civilization. We're being misled with false information, right? And especially the younger generation, you're giving cell phones to people at the age of 5 years old. Do you know how dangerous that is? The stuff on the internet will destroy you. You need to indulge these people in books. You need to educate these people properly. Start using your head and really understand how you're going to tackle this next part of life. Because it's not going to get any better. It's going to get tougher by the day, and you have to adapt to it. Start working on yourself. You want less mess? Stay at your address. Stay within your family. Take time to appreciate those small things in life. Work on yourself in the gym. Start reading books that will teach you about the things that you want to achieve, whether that's investments, property, even coding, computers. I'm not against people who have a vision and who have an idea. But I'm telling you right now, you cannot put your dependence on the system. Work on yourself properly. Right, start spending more time alone. You don't need to be out there on every scene. This next part of life is going to require an extreme amount of focus. And the only way you're going to understand how to focus is by really adopting those principles that I spoke about. Self-worth is important, and awareness. Fortunately, I'm not demonizing technology. I think technology can be used in this particular instance to help us grow. You can start a blog, a website. I'm just telling you not to rely on AI so much, because at that point, you become systematically programmed and you're not using those parts of your head that really will help you grow and understand and accelerate moving onwards in the real world. Keep the virtual world away from the real world. And I was going to say something very important just in relation to everything that's been going on, you know? I spoke about the pandemic, and I said we're not out of the pandemic. People will think I'm not well for saying that. Go on the news right now and read about the new variants that's completely brutalizing the US. Read about how mental health cases have sparked. Read about how substance use has sparked. Read about all of these unfortunate tragedies, people's lives being put in danger, average deaths increasing. and you want to tell me I'm not speaking sense, like we're everything in life is going peachy like it was in the 90s? No, no, no. Don't try and fool me this time. I've been in that position.